For the resolution of this activity, we base on the fact of identifying different ways in which the data can be represented. This was our main objective, and the goal was to identify the different ways in which the information can be represented and observe how these tools are used in magazines and newspapers. After identifying this last point, we analyzed the data included and represented in the graphs. This for us to remark important points such as domain, that are the values in the x-axis, the range, that are the values plotted in the y-axis, the type of graph, that we have many different types, such as linear, bar graph, piecewise, and many others. The dependent variable, that is commonly represented as y, and is the one that depends on the other variable, and the independent variable, commonly represented as x, and is the one that does not depend on any other variable. And we have many other elements. We also made a short analysis about how to find this information, and as a last point, we provided a conclusion regarding all the information recovered from the 5 cases that we analyzed.
With a graph, it adds a visual to the news, and it's more clear and easier to understand. Also, it can catch the reader's eyes, since they see it first, and they can get curious, read it, and then if they get interested, they would want to read the whole news. To find what type of graph and what type of function it was, we just needed to observe and analyze how the statistics were represented. On the other hand, the main concepts that helped us find what type of graph and what type of function it was, it's just by the name. For example, bar graph sounds as a graph which represents the results in bars. The linear graph represents the result in lines. The concept to find what type of graph it is clear. It says it in the name. Something that helped us a lot to find the domain and the range, besides the domain is in the x-axis and the range is in the y-axis, you can just ask yourself, what was the cause in the problem for the article? And then in the independent variable, what or who caused that? What we can interpret from the results that we obtained by looking for the elements we needed is that the articles that we chose showed the results in the graphs really clear. What we learned from this project is what are the tools that the magazines and newspapers use to catch the reader's eyes, and for them to get curious and interested in the topic that they're sharing the results about.